Thank you. Request Mr. Joy Chri to kindly give away a token of appreciation to Sri Satyam Roy Chaudhary. Sri Satyam Roy Chaudhary is a Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, MD, Techno, India Group. Request Mr. Joy Chri to kindly give away a token of appreciation to Mr. Sujay Gupta. He's our main group editor of Herald. Kindly put your hands together, a round of applause to him. He's one of our biggest supporters of Herald, a dynamic personality. Thank you so much, sir. I would request Mr. Sujay Gupta to kindly give away a token of appreciation to our Vice President, Mr. Joy Chri. Joy Chri is the main person initiated this event. Put your hands together. Would also like to call upon the principal of Don Bosco's College. Request Mr. Joy Chri to kindly give away a token of appreciation. Put your hands together, everyone. Thank you so much. So I'm here, all of you all are excited to witness one of the prominent speakers to speak. So let's call upon Mr. Sujay Gupta, our group editor of Herald, to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. The initial ceremonies are over. We've all said hello to each other. But before we say goodbye at the end of the evening, I hope we make sufficient progress towards the path of growth, innovation, and progress again. Before I start, let me first thank from the bottom of my heart on behalf of Herald all the speakers who've taken time off from their schedules to be here from different parts of the country. Not many of them, I suppose, knew or know what Herald is. Some of them do. But I think most of them here came for the big idea that we hope we put forth. The idea of change and innovation, but more importantly, the idea of relooking at ourselves and planning from now onwards for the next 25, 30 years. Goa is an extremely small state, but it's a state which is very, very diverse culturally and otherwise, and faces a lot of challenges. Herald has been a 125-year-old newspaper, probably one of the oldest in the country, and surely one of the oldest in the world. It started off as a Portuguese paper in the year 1900 and became an English newspaper in 1983. In January 2025, we complete 125 years. This is a small, humble step towards that celebration. At the same time, this is a time to reset, rethink, recreate, and re-energize ourselves in reintroducing the parameters that we've built on and introducing new parameters that we need to create to build on a new contemporary world that we are living in. In this whole consistency of change, because we have Herald is seen through decades, it's seen through centuries, it's seen through eras, mindsets, governments, changing of politics and policies and so on and so forth. But in this entire consistency of change, there has been one outlier, and the outlier is simple thinking, honest approach, having inclusivity as the core of our existence, and for ensuring that the poorest of the poor and the marginalized become a part of our progress and growth and not remain in the margins. At the end of today, if we can ensure that all our innovations and growth in IT, technology, startups, regenerative tourism, and so on and so forth, if it can be brought in by involving the most marginalized people into our ecosystem, we would have laid the foundation of a successful future. If we manage to do that, we would have done our bit. In addition to all our eminent speakers and panelists, experts in their own right, I would also like to take this opportunity to deeply thank our colleagues and peers from Goa who've given their time today to ensure that today's discussions and deliberations have a Goa flavor. Let the world, as the world comes to us and we welcome them, let the world also see what Goa has to offer. There has been tremendous work happening in the Goa ecosystem, in the field of startup and IT and other innovations, and also on sustainable tourism. And I think the whole phrase regenerative tourism has become the leitmotif of Goa's progress. We as a newspaper have been very strong watchdogs. We don't clap from the sidelines. We represent the people of Goa, and we try and ensure that the system works according to the benefit of the least privileged, and ensure that whatever we do is done for the benefit of all Goans. So this inclusive progress is something that we need to highlight and speak. We will have a series of panel discussions. The agenda will all be with you, and I'm sure all of you know it. We've been reporting this consistently. But I think apart from this inaugural session, do take part, especially the students who've come here. I must thank all of them for their participation today. I'm sure all of you will take away a lot from today, but do take time off, take time to attend the panel discussions, the workshops and others, because every word and every deliberation is going to be useful, I'm sure. I thank all our partners, our sponsors, especially the startup cell, which has been a pioneer, the Don Bosco College of Engineering and Fire, who've been such sources of strength for us and putting all this together, all our event partners. Of course, the thank yous will come out later, but let's have a great session and let's take away something from this. Just before I end, just one little input. All the deliberations here, anyway, they're being obviously telecast live and they're being live streamed on all our channels, and of course, there'll be a lot of stuff in the media. But in addition to that, our rapporteurs are taking down extensive notes and videographing everything so that we ensure that the learnings from today are properly, duly recorded and deliberated, and we have a white paper committee which is going to deliberate on all this and present a proper action plan and a white paper to the government of Goa to take Goa forward in all these areas. And we will be consistently there as a friend and a watchdog to see that this takes place in the course of time. I hope all of you have a great day, and thank you very much for traveling those miles to be with here, as well as those who've traveled fewer miles but are no less in their passion and dedication to this growth story. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sujay Gupta, for this kind of words. Would request Mr. Joy Chri to kindly say a few words.
Thank you so much. A warm welcome to this event called Goa Next, an Atmanirbhar Bharat Summit. All the dignitaries and my learned friends, I stand before you today with a profound sense of honor and excitement as we gather here for the inaugural session of this summit. This event marks a significant milestone in our collective journey towards economic prosperity and sustainable development in this vibrant state. Goa, with its rich cultural heritage, breathtaking landscapes, and entrepreneurial spirit, has always been a beacon of opportunity. Today, as we convene to discuss and explore avenues for growth, innovation, and collaboration, we reaffirm our commitment to harnessing Goa's immense potential and unlocking new possibilities for our people and for our future generations. In this global landscape of business and commerce, Goa holds a unique position. We are not just a destination for leisure and tourism. We are also a hub for creativity, ingenuity, and enterprise, for traditional industries such as hospitality and fisheries to emerging sectors like technology and renewable energy. Goa offers a diverse array of opportunities for investment and expansion. As we embark on this journey together, let us remember that success is not merely measured by profits and margins, but by the impact we create on society and the environment. Let us strive to build businesses that not only generate wealth, but also foster inclusivity, empower local communities, and preserve our natural resources for generations to come. Now, the pace of technological advancement is accelerating at an exponential rate, reshaping entire industries and revolutionizing the way business is conducted. From artificial intelligence and blockchain to augmented reality and quantum computing, breakthrough technologies are not only disrupting traditional businesses models, but also creating new avenues for growth and innovation. In this era of disruption, agility, and adaptability are no longer just desirable traits, but essential prerequisites for survival and success. The companies that thrive in the future will be those that embrace this change, challenge the status quo, and continually reinvent themselves to stay ahead of the curve. One of the most significant drivers of disruption in recent years has been the rise of digital technology, the internet and mobile devices. Now, these have been democratized access to information and empowered individuals and businesses to connect, collaborate, and compete on a global scale. As we delve into this discourse surrounding the disruption of industries, which is our first panel discussion, and the future of business, it's imperative to recognize that at the heart of this transformation lies the critical element of skilling. In the face of automation, artificial intelligence, and other disruptive technologies, traditional job roles are being redefined, and new skill sets are emerging as essential prerequisites. This requires a fundamental shift in our approach to education and skilling. I think we need to discuss a lot more on the skilling piece. Throughout the course of this summit, I urge you to engage actively, exchange ideas freely, and forge meaningful partnerships that will drive our collective vision forward. Here, I would like to talk to one thing to all of you. A lot of people tell me that knowledge is power. How many of you all believe that knowledge is power? Yes, no, maybe? Yes? I don't think so. You know what? Knowledge is potential power. Application of that knowledge is power. Now today here we would gather knowledge across the summit. But it's up to you and us to apply it in our day-to-day life, in the industries we are talking about, so that we become more powerful. Tomorrow's generation becomes more powerful. Thank you so much. I would end this here saying that let's all have a great time together. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joy Chri, for enlightening knowledge to all of us present here. Now we call upon DS Prashant to say a few words. Let's all welcome Mr. Vijay Sardesai on stage, our Honorable MLA of Fatorda. Can you put your hands together? We will call upon Mr. Joy Chri to kindly give away a token of appreciation to Mr. Vijay Sardesai, our Honorable MLA of Fatorda. Now we call upon DS Prashant to say a few words.
Honorable Member of the Legislative Assembly, Fatorda Constituency, Sri Vijay Sardesai, Professor Joy Chri, Sri Sujay, Sri Joy, Principal of Don Bosco College of Engineering, esteemed speakers, startups, students. Good morning to all of you. I'll just go back a few years when I was a young student at St. Francis Xavier's High School, Makazan, where there was an argument in the school when one of the teachers said, "Oh, Heraldo." And even today, I have not been able to set it to rest, whether it's O Heraldo or it's Herald.
It's both actually.
Okay. So, having said that, the perspective today, it's about what we are going to do for the next 30 to 40 years. Today, we are a very young nation. Close to 70% of the people are within the age of 30 years. We are a very productive society today, but this could become a curse if you don't work on it from today onwards. In 30 to 40 years, once this population gets into the non-productive area, and if we are not becoming a rich country, then we are in real trouble. So the whole effort is to see how we become rich within the next 30 to 40 years. Now, in any given society, one of the most focus areas which can make the country rich and we can make the country productive is through generation of economic wealth, and industrialization is one of the ways through it. But if we are looking at a very linear vertical growth of industrialization will not be able to become rich in quick time. So this growth has to be exponential. And one of the solutions for this exponential growth could be innovation and enterprise, and startups could be a solution to this. And startups generally is not an easy journey, and it's not a short journey. If you look at any of the success stories of any of the startups in this world, they have become successful only after multiple failures. So are we adept to support these failures? Are we ready to be patient to let these startups go through the failures multiple times and become successful? I think it's a collective effort we all should have. The industry, the academia, the government, as well as the most important pillar, that's the media. If the media doesn't talk about the successes, and if the media doesn't support the failures, then we are losing a very important component. And I'm so glad that Herald has taken the initiative and the lead today. Also glad that they are going to make a white paper and going to keep a track of this, whether we are going to do this or not. So these are wonderful initiatives which Goa can look at and we as a country can look at. And we also have our role to play in this whole initiative of supporting new age technologies, new age industries, and new age startups. Saying this, I'll stop now. Thank you very much, and happy learning throughout the day.
Thank you, DS Prashant. Now I would like to invite our Honorable MLA of Fatorda, Shri Vijay Sardesai, to say a few words.
All the dignitaries on the dais, the esteemed panel of speakers for this Goa Next 2024 and Atmanirbhar Bharat Summit. My dear friends, it's nice to be here today. Although I don't much associate with such events which are happening nowadays on the eve of the elections. And it's nice to coin words like Atmanirbhar, Swayambhurna, Vikasit. But as an opposition legislator, I look at this more as a election propaganda with public money. But when Herald does it, because Herald has a history of having fought for our aspiration of Konkani being the official language, gaining statehood. So basically, Herald is by and large about Goinkarpon. And therefore, when Herald does it, I think it's right and proper that we should associate with such type of a activity. I read Sujay's article today. He talks about gross domestic happiness. And as a Goan, if we see what is the situation in Goa, although the government may try to package it in whatever different ways, I feel there is apprehension all around as to whether we will see Goans in Goa. A Goa that is developed, Vikasit Goa, an Atmanirbhar Goa, but without Goans in it. Goans not being the center of development. So this is a strange situation which we have in the state, wherein government is into lots of events. For the last 2 years, we have seen lots of events. I have some figures which I have got from the assembly, which says that the government has spent, crores of rupees on advertisements. You see today the hoardings are all over. If you drive through Goa, the biggest customer for the holding companies will be the Goa government. So it's everywhere that, the Goans are being wished. Happy New Year. Every occasion you have the chief minister and ministers' photos everywhere. And big things like, we being Atmanirbhar, Swayambhurna. But we also know the state of the local Goan. We have self-help groups who used to feed the midday meal for the students of Goa. So Goan self-help groups made up of women, small-time entrepreneurs are being ousted to get a company from outside. And this is done in the name of quality. Quality that, the Goan woman is not able to give quality food. So we have to get a Akshay Patra to replace Goan self-help groups. This is the state in Goa. So this is a contrarian view. You may not like it. But the point is that, I see the other side. I am not here to praise the government. But I am there to certainly support an initiative which looks at, for the next 30 years, a program by which Goans Next should be the center. Goa Next without Goans at the center of development makes no sense. And this is what is happening at the moment today. So even before the last elections when we used to sit, Sujay also was part of it. The MD, Mr. Rahul, also was a part of it. We used to always have a thing that, Goa has to develop. Brand Goa is in any case developing. Brand Goa is not developing because of the government. It's just brand Goa is developing on its own. But whether the Goan benefits from brand Goa going forward is the whole issue. And that's where I think we need to have some sort of a discussion as to how we take the way forward. That way forward is not about ads. You can't spend 10 crores on women parliament for 4 days and have nothing to do with women empowerment. You have a women's parliament and remove the Goan woman out of the small business that they were in. You have 2.6 crores spent on a Tiranga rally. Now what is this? These crores are becoming as if crores and crores. I don't understand this. In Goa, the amount that the government spends on many things. Lately, they have spent 3.6 crore rupees on banners to advertise government schemes, for which the government has no money. This is the fact of the matter, and these are all exposed by me in the Legislative Assembly. So, what about the Goan now? If you go and ask a traditional Goan, what is Goa next? You ask a Goan reindeer, a toddy typer, what future he has in the Goa of the next 30 years. He has no future. We don't have policies like Kerala where the coconut plucker is subsidized. He's been incentivized. We have no scheme like this. Toddy typer is only a scheme for reservation, OBC. That's it. You ask a Goan fisherman who is under the threat of the CRZ at the moment, what is his future? Whether he has got enough space to park his the canoe on the beach. You just ask this. You ask any Goan traditional occupationist. You see the Zayokar, who the jasmine cultivators of Mardol. Their gardens, their orchards are being burnt for real estate. And if they go and complain, cases are filed against them. This is the status of a Goan khajakar, a Goan pilot, a Goan taxi driver. Normally a taxi driver of Goa has become the, everybody points him for not trying to get in technology. Now the government uses technology to harass the Goan taxi driver. Yesterday I suggested to them, you have something like artificial intelligence induced cameras where everybody is being taken care of. Whoever speeds, whether he's a taxi driver or a common citizen or a rent-a-car person, everybody has to be penalized and without fear and favor. So I think the story is that government boasts of many schemes. We have this Prime Minister's Vishwakarma scheme. So Goa is boasting of 30,000 applications. That we have received 30,000 applications so very fast. Now I don't know, do you measure the success of an SSC exam by the number of people who have answered the exam or the percentage that they gain after the exams? So what about this, the person who has 30,000 people, what next for them? There's nothing next for them. They've just applied and that's it. So all this, I feel, by and large, when it comes to Goa, I don't know about the rest of the country, but by and large, this is an exercise for 2024. And it will all end in June. Once a new government is established, everything will end. But Herald has to take it forward, because Herald is not going to end. Herald has been around from the times of U Herald to the times of Herald. And I'm sure it is going to remain for a longer period. We have had good bad times with the Herald. Sujay Gupta gets angry with me sometimes. Suddenly masks, but we still are friends for the common good of Goa. I think we have to be clear on one thing, that a prosperous and a glorious Goa cannot be built without Goans being at the center of it. So that is what I think there should be a consensus, and we have to evolve on this consensus. We have a very unfortunate situation sometimes. We have an honorable senior elected legislator who in this area of Margaon and Fatarda is conceptualizing a master plan for development, where he is very famous for speaking to God and all. But he doesn't want to speak to the people whilst conceptualizing this master plan. This is a state that he has made a statement which has come in the Herald also, that you don't need to speak to the people. Because if you speak to the people, that plan will not become a master plan. So we have senior legislators who have got the added qualification of speaking to God, who say that they're going to conceptualize a master plan without speaking to the people. So this exercise should certainly not be that. We are not getting God in the picture anywhere. I'm very happy. But I'm also urging each and every speaker to accept that Goinkars are being evacuated from every business sector. Every business sector, and the chance is given to somebody who is the biggest, who's quoting the biggest prize. Even theatrists who advertise in the Herald are afraid that they don't know what is their future going to be. Because in between there was no stage where they could put up this. They have to go abroad. They're being taxed. Even the Khel theatre the government wanted to tax. So I don't know. There has never been any state which can thrive where policies are created to favor outsiders. In Goa, policies are created to favor outsiders. This is the fact of the matter. So, and when outsiders come and create a Goa with their vision, that Goa doesn't remain the Goa that we know of. So which tourist is going to visit Goa? If Goa looks like Rajasthan or Karnataka, why should he come to Goa? He might as well go there. So that is what I think we have to summarize on. And the problem that we have to accept is that the government, instead of believing in our own people, investing in them, scaling them, their competence, developing their skills, has rather decided to take the easy way out. What is the easy way out? Outsource. Outsource to outsiders. This is what is happening. So basically the government plans on getting big businesses in and let the small businesses die. And the small businesses are of Goans. This is the fact of the matter. So I think for an inaugural speech, is a rather not the speech that you would like to listen, but I would like to make you aware of the reality. We have to be realistic. We have to be aware of what is the situation at the moment. We must put Goans at the center of development, wherever brand Goa benefits. Herald has a long history, and I'm sure whatever comes out of this, say Goa Next, this Atmanirbhar summit, will not only remain a slogan, but will be a slogan that we will implement sometime in the future. So thank you very much for a patient hearing.
Thank you so much, Shri Vijay Sardesai. Would like to call upon Shri Satyam Roy Chaudhary for the inaugural opening address.
Namaskar. Very good morning to you all. On stage, Dr. Sri Prashant, D. Prashant, Sri Joy Chri, my friend Sri Sujay Gupta, Sri Vijay Sardesai ji, and my friends before seating me. Ladies and gentlemen, my students and guests, and all the speakers, very good morning to everyone. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be here today at the Goa Next 2024, the maiden edition of Goan Business Strategy Meet, organized by the Herald. We all know this is the Goa's oldest daily, and in collaboration with the government of Goa. Thank you, Mr. Sujay and the team of the Herald for inviting me such a wonderful and innovative session. Thank you. Summit is a platform that epitomizes innovation, progress, and the relentless pursuit of a better future. As entrepreneurs, visionaries, and change makers, we are all here. And we must utilize the common purpose. What is the common purpose? It is to innovate more avenues utilizing technology, startups, tourism and skilling to collaborate and co-create the path to a future-ready Goa. Just Sardesai ji told before me the same thing. This is not only what we are talking and what we like to create exactly for Goa. Goa is truly called the Pearl of the Orient. The vast Arabian Sea, the serene beaches, and a beautiful coastline showing palms, miles of cashew plantations, and spice farms, historic forts and cathedrals, the delicious Goan fish curry, the rustic cashew and coconut feni, the mesmerizing backwater, vibrant festivals. Goa has this sweet, mystic charm that steals me heart every time I come here. And I come here, I think, twice in a year. And I love Goa because of Goa is the amazing city of our country, not in our country. I traveled hundreds of countries, different countries in the world, but I always tell everybody that Goa is different. Goa's peoples are different. Goa's vibrancy is different. And I think Goa is the one of the vibrant and most beautiful city of the world. With an economy of 1 lakh crore rupees, equivalent to approximately 13 billion US dollar annually, Goa demonstrates significantly economic potential within this relatively small geographical area. In spite of being 23rd state in India by GDP, Goa has a per capita income of INR 50,000 annually, which is the highest among all states of India. Thank you. In the current financial year, Goa is expected to cross a GDP larger than the total budget allocation for education in the whole of India. Goan tourism contributes close to 20% of the state's GDP and accounts for approximately 10% of employment and 7% of all taxes of Goa. Today, I like to paint a vision of a future-ready Goa, one that embraces technologies, foster innovation in startups, maximize the potential of tourism, and prioritizing skilling and education for its people. The fourth and fifth industrial revolution technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, blockchain, cybersecurity, augmented and virtual reality, and Internet of Things can bring in a new domain of economic growth in Goa. Being an environment-friendly green state, Goa is the ideal bedrock of these emerging technologies to develop here. In this digital age, technology is the driving force behind progress and prosperity we know it. Goa has the opportunity to become a hub of technological innovation, leveraging its unique blend of culture, talent, infrastructure. The focus is now on IT-enabled tourism business, on sustainability and practices of tourism, and on regenerative ideas. This evolution of tourism is the next phase well-equipped reskilling and upskilling of existing hospitality professionals. Startups are the engine of economic growth, driving innovation, creating jobs, and attracting investment. And this is the driving force of a state, of a country. Goa has already proved to be a startup destination with a growing number of entrepreneurs and incubation making their mark on the global stage. By providing support network, access to funding, and a conducive environment, we can turbocharge the startup ecosystem in Goa, empowering entrepreneurs to turn their ideas into reality and scale their venture to new heights. As I belong to a group called Techno India Group, and it is one of the largest education group in India right now, with hundreds of campuses and 200,000 students and millions of students all over the world. And many of my students doing good in Goa, and find my students, when I visit Goa, I find my students every corner in hotels, in different companies, in IT fields, and doing good, and few good entrepreneurs are doing good here also. Now, let us talk about tourism. It is not just an industry, but a way of life in Goa. Goa has long been a favorite destination for travelers from around the world. To remain competitive in a rapidly changing global tourism scenario, we must innovate and diversify by promoting sustainable tourism practices, investing in infrastructure and amenities, and harnessing technology to ensure visitors' experience. We can ensure that Goa remains a top destination. Regenerative tourism is indeed the way forward. It represents a progressive approach to travel and hospitality. On that priority sustainability, conservation and community engagement, in an era marked by growing environment concern and a desire for authentic, meaningful experiences, regenerative tourism offers a captivating vision for the future of travel. By promoting responsible travel practice, supporting local economics, and fostering cultural exchange is not only benefits destination and communities, but also enriches the experience of global tourists. Finally, skilling and education. In today's world of knowledge economy, the key to success lies in education and skill development. By equipping our youth with the skills and knowledge they need to thrive in the 21st century workforce, we can unlock their potential and drive economic growth through vocational training programs, apprenticeships, and academia industry partnerships. Students will get an opportunity to pursue a fulfilling career and contribute to the prosperity of the state. Goa has around 2,000 schools in primary, middle, secondary, and higher secondary standards. The state's literacy rate is around 88.7%, with 92.65% of 92.65% of men and 84.66% of women. Providing global standard graduation and post-graduation education with formal degree and hands-on skills and work experience focusing on tourism, hospitality, culinary art, branding and marketing, and the emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, cybersecurity is the need of the hour. Innovation and success do not occur in isolation. They thrive in ecosystem where ideas are nurtured, partnerships are forged, and assorted perspectives are valued. Events like Goa Next 2024 serve as catalyst for such ecosystem. Let us embrace the spirit of Goa Next 2024 with enthusiasm and determination. Together, let us embark on our collective journey to make the beautiful state of Goa not only future ready, but to ensure a prosperous, sustainable, and inclusive future. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Satyam Roy Chaudhary, for the keynote speech. Would like to call Mr. Sujay Gupta to address all of you once again.
This is less of an address since I've already spoken to you, but this is essentially to give you a brief idea of the different lecture halls and the other sessions that are going to happen post this. But at the same time, let me thank all of us here, including so many students who've come here to participate, because at the end of the day, this is for all of you more than many of us. Because by the sheer laws of nature, many of us who are in our 40s and above will leave this space before you all do. And we just hope we manage to leave some footprints for you all to emulate and get inspired by. And your presence here means a lot to us, primarily because we have a lot to unveil and educate, but it's very important for you all to action whatever we plan. And I'm glad to know that many of you are also budding entrepreneurs who are in the startup ecosystem. Many of you are in engineering colleges and in such fields. But many of you will move out. Some of you will look for jobs. Others will look to be wealth creators. And I hope at the end of the day, we manage to sow the seeds of wealth creation, not necessarily in terms of the amount of money that you earned, but in terms of the amount of richness that you spread, not for yourselves and for your families, but for the growth of everybody. I take this opportunity also to welcome Ma'am Rupinder Brar, Additional Secretary, Government of India, who very graciously accepted our invitation. She will be speaking in the panel of regenerative tourism, a subject which is very close to our heart and professionally as well. And of course, among all the other speakers who we have met yesterday, and we'll hear more of them today, I once again welcome all of you. After this session, there'll be 2 other rooms where there'll be parallel workshops and panel discussions. And I'd like all of you to go through the agenda and partake. I think our brochures should be out and they'll be handed over very soon. So take advantage of as much learning that you all can do. I'll just go through all the topics and all the speakers for everybody to know. From 12:15 to 1300 hours, The first session is on disrupting industries, future of business. We have an eminent moderator and speaker, Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary, a very eminent academist who's amongst us. Utpal Chakravarti, Ravi Devalapalli, Naman Srivastava, and Raj Kapoor. Their designations and details we'll elaborate in the sessions. This just quickly go through the sessions. Then from 1300 to 1345, we have regenerative tourism, redefining sustainability. Amitava Bhattacharya of banglanatak.com will be moderating it. Ma'am Rupinder Brar, Maria Victor, Mr. Jack Sukija and Parag Ranekar will be the speakers, panelists. From 1345 to 1430, we'll take a much needed break for lunch, followed by a session on global economic outlook and financial markets. Satish Kotakota will be moderating it. And we'll have, Satish Kota, Damodar Kochkar, Pranam Mukhopadhyay, Wenzi Mendes and Kingshuk Sarkar will be the speakers there. From 1515 to 1600, there will be a session on navigating the startup ecosystem, challenges and opportunities, where Mr. DS Prashant, Mr. Vincent Toscano, Mr. Sriram Nattarajan, Mr. Milind Prabhu, Mr. Sachin Karnik, Ma'am Satakshi Sharma and Major General Indra Balan. This is a very, very big panel. It just shows the interest that has evoked on this session on navigating the startup ecosystem. Then we have a tea and coffee break. From 1615 to 1700, we have a session on future skills, adapting to the evolving job market. I'm sure this is going to be very important, especially for students. Dr. Brilliant SK, Mr. Nitin Kunkolikar, Mr. Manuel Fernandez, Dr. Anurag Rai and Jayanta Chakravarti are going to be the panelists in that session. In Hall 2, we'll have the speaker sessions where experts are going to speak on a designated topic. So from 12:15 to 13:15, we have a very interesting session called Innovations in Traditional Businesses, Lessons from the Pioneers. And we have Verma DeMello and Mac Vaz who will be speaking on these sessions, on this session. We have another speaker session, Glowing Global, Expanding Beyond Borders. We have Xavier Furtado speaking there. Then the next session is on Future Ready, the essence of building skills. Joy Chri is going to speak on that session. And then we have 2 workshops which are going to happen in hall number 3. So hall number 2 are the speaker sessions, hall number 3 are the workshops, and in this hall where we are here now, all the panel discussions that I spoke to you earlier. So I'll just quickly wrap up. The workshops from 12:15 to 13:45, the funding formula, unlocking capital for your startup. So anybody who's wanting to start and wants to know where the funds are going to come from, then you need to be here. Sachin Karnik is going to speak on this. And then from 14:30 to 16:30 in hall number 3 again, we have a session called Crafting Success, a business model canvas workshop. So I'll briefly tell you what this is all about. You know, you get your funds, you're starting your business, you are getting ready. But how do you structure your company? How do you ensure that the flows are proper? How do you kind of manage manpower? So all this is extremely important because setting up a company is the first step, but running it is important. So Vanya Dangwal, who's again come in from Delhi, is going to speak on this. So I'll just end here. We'll take a quick break for refreshments and then we'll get down to the business end of it. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Prashant. And thank you, Mr. Satyam Roy Chaudhary, for your enlightening words. And thank you, everybody, for coming here and spending this time with us. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, before we wind up, we will be having a break of 15 minutes. First, we would like to thank all the dignitaries on stage, and we would like to present them with a citation from Herald. Request Mr. Joy Chri to kindly give away a citation to Shri Vijay Sardesai. Kindly clap your hands. Next, request Mr. Joy to kindly give away the citation to Mr. Satyam Roy Chaudhary. Mr. Joy, kindly give away the citation to Mr. DS Prashant. Kindly give it a citation to Mr. Sujay Gupta. And we have Mr. Sujay will also give a citation to Mr. Joy. Thank you so much for all the dignitaries for the wonderful speech and sharing a lot of knowledge. Outside the hall, we'll be having tea and coffee served. Okay, you all can please help yourselves. For our VIP guests, you will be escorted to our refreshment area. Please come back to the main hall, this hall, the auditorium, for the panel discussion at 12:15 p.m. Thank you so much.